Good morning, friends. Happy Friday, December 16th. Crystal here with your 3-card reading for today. Please remember the first card is always for you. The second card is always for someone else. That someone else might be a stranger, a friend, a loved one. The third card is always something to remember or watch for. It is usually an opportunity. All right, so today's reading is really quite beautiful. So the card for you today is Wind. And Wind says that change is coming, friend. And we have some choices with that one. Okay, so here's why wind is what it is. So picture yourself, you are the candle, and you have a flame, and you sense that the change is coming. Well, the change is a wind, and you're a flame. So what do? You put up your boundaries because you want to protect your flame. But that wind has the change, and that change might be what you need to keep your flame going. How do we know? We put up our boundaries so fast that we don't know if we need that change or not. We don't even take the time to assess and see, ooh, is that good? No. Immediately it's like, no, I can't do that. No, go away. No. Okay, so the lesson from this card today is that we have to trust and allow that wind. I promise you, your flame won't go out. It might smell beautiful. It might smell like booty, but your flame will not go out. Okay? So whatever it is, you need it. You need to leave your walls down so that you can get it. All right. The message for someone else. Please remember this could be a stranger, a friend, or a loved one. This is grow. Grow just says that the best opportunities are growth opportunities. And the best mindset is a growth mindset. And so this person just needs to look at this failure, this place where they're feeling inadequate, where they're beating themselves up. And they need to just look at this failure from a different perspective. How am I going to grow from this? Instead of, how is this humiliating? Instead, it's, how am I going to grow from this? What change am I going to make so that I'm just going to grow from this? Okay, so that I don't repeat that mistake and make that same failure again. All right, so help them have a growth mindset. And then last but never least is the remember or watch for opportunity. And this one is one of my favorite paintings of all the cards. I should try to do this again. It's just that I'm not sure. Sometimes stuff is just like a one-time fluke. It's a beautiful hand reaching out. It has great shadows. It's brilliant. But the card is lead. Okay. And so what lead is all about, and my mom, I think, had a poetry book that talked about walking beside people as opposed to leading them. And so those were the kind of things that I was reading when I was growing up. So I kind of just had those universal truths kind of just drilled into my head. You don't lead people from up and ahead of them. You lead them by being beside them. I also had a boss once because I'm one of those people who spin. I want more. And I'm not quite that way anymore. I've actually gotten so much better. But for a period of time, I was really bad. And this boss of mine was like, Crystal, you don't have to be the boss to lead. And I was like, oh yeah, great reminder. I completely forgot. But I want to be the boss. And at that point for me, it wasn't about leading. It was about wanting to be able to make the decisions. And so that was control. And that was coming from a much different place, which is why I was not granted that leadership at that time, because I wasn't there for the genuine right reasons. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned when you wait and you watch and you just notice those opportunities for leadership. And the other thing is don't just notice them. Of course, I'm a trainer, so I'm looking for opportunities to give other people leadership because I know how much that helps with the learning process and helps people just be motivated, right? But so even consider watching for those opportunities for other people. I know a lot of the folks who are watching me today are parents. And so, watch for those opportunities to foster that leadership in your children, because eventually they're going to be the grown-ups and you're not going to be there. And they're going to need to know how to do it. And the sooner you start teaching them, the better. Don't wait till they're seniors in high school. Start when they're young, okay? All right. So it is Friday. It is, I think on the thing it says Free Choice Friday. Well, it is finally cold enough here in Texas. I have on my ugly sweater. Here, let's change the camera view. I have on my ugly sweater. It is Christmas potluck day at work. We have new trainees. It's going to be a fantabulous, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous Friday. I want to send one little more reminder out there. If you have not started identifying what your intention is for 2023, I don't even want to call it a goal. I want to call it an intention. What is your intention for 2023? My intention for 2022 was to just be more present and mindful and aware. And I think my intention for 2023 is going to be allow. It keeps coming up in every card since a friend of mine, Terry, and I talked about it. And so I think that's my word for 2023 is allow. I've figured out I'm strong enough in 2022. And so now in 2023, I'm going to not control it. I'm going to allow it. Isn't that going to be beautiful? Speaking of that, you may have noticed yesterday at the end of this video that there was a little placard about devolution. I just want to throw out there that devolution is going to be a process about still doing and being motivated and still being driven, but also allowing. Okay, so it's a program on that. And so you're going to help me with my intention for 2023. But go to my website. There's a link there where you can register for the Zoom sessions. If for some reason that's confusing, let me know, and I'll just get the Zoom out there so that you all can have that link. But I do want to know who might be showing up so I have an idea on what kind of questions and interaction I might be able to expect, because I really want it to be a conversation. It's just going to be 5 Sundays in January. It'll be 30 minutes. I apologize it'll be in the evening, but it's just where I felt like it was the right fit. And so it will be recorded if you want to watch it later. That time doesn't work. But again, join me to talk about doing and allowing. It's that yin and yang of masculine and feminine, and it's just going to be gorgeous. And I think we could all use a little bit of that in 2023. Also, don't consider registering and getting a road trip for 2023. If you don't know what your word is, like I know mine's allow. Maybe you don't have any idea what yours is. I met with someone the other day and hers ended up being no. It was so gorgeous. So maybe you need a word. Meet with me and we can do a road trip and we'll kind of map out some things and be able to help you track some choices and emotions that you might face along the way in 2023 and talk about some ways that you can meet those and not put up your boundaries so that you can experience that change that you need. Okay. So consider registering for a road trip for 2023. All right. I think that's everything. Okay. So have a great Friday. Love you all so much and see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.